My name is Parker Crockford. I'm the CRO, Chief Revenue Officer at Qover. We are an embedded insurance orchestration platform that's helping put insurance at the point of transaction and enabling companies to look after their customers and make things easier. One, insurance is one of those key pillars that any bank is looking to get to. And if we look at what the fintech and even, let's say the enterprise level banks are doing, where they're trying to capture every moment of supporting their users. And I think once you see them go more into credit, you see them go more into enabling travel, you see them going into loans, and that's homes and that's motor, where a lot of the let's say the bigger sort of revenue streams are for the banks. Insurance is a required sort of aspect to that, and then becomes a necessary sort of part to have to give a full service sort of piece. And for us, some of the clients that we see doing it the best are the likes of the Revolut in the market, the Monzos. They've launched their a new insurance program, and the fact that you see the fintechs moving in that direction. And then you see the traditional banks are now starting to try to become also more dynamic. A lot of their what we call bank assurance or embedded insurance was a bit stagnant, but they're really trying to be much more adapted. Feels a lot about what payments and identity was maybe 5 years ago, but it's moving much faster because they've already seen some of these changes in those other pieces, and it's allowing them to embrace it now that the technology and the focus is there for them. Thing that's driving it, I view insurance in the same way that payments and identity and a lot of these other parts of what is a very global sort of experience. Payments and identity and insurance is all the same, but it has a very local feel. And the way that things move forward, you get to learn much more about your user. You're able to understand their behaviors, and insurance is maybe that last industry where you're now being able to one, with the change of regulations, and two, a lot of insurtechs enabling banks to do this, they'll be able to take more control of their insurance programs. And so you just see that same evolution from payments into the value chain of insurance, and they're able to move faster, they're able to change and do things where up till probably the last year or two, you couldn't really be that dynamic in the insurance space. And we're enabling that between AI, the tech, and also just the data and the real-time nature of what's happening within an insurance program. So it's helping them move forward into that space and take more control and do better things for their customers and their users. The most critical point of insurance is the point of claim. Something bad has happened to someone, and they need the ability to have the transparency, the speed of reaction, and the ability to understand what's happening with the transparency of that. And so the distribution of insurance is pretty simple to sort of be able to do that in a more sort of seamless way. But really where we've driven a lot of the innovation and where we've focused time and effort on what we see is it's that stage of it. So the ability to answer questions quickly, give response times fast, be able to get the money into the pocket, into the hands of the claimant or the person is really sort of a really key driver of a good experience. And even having, if it's let's say the claim is denied, being able to do that quickly is also something that's important. So that behavior that the fintechs, and we've done with all our apps, of that instant communication, that instant feedback loop, the claim journey is what we've spent a ton of time enabling it to reach that same level. And then again, that's where for us AI is the most critical sort of piece that allows an agent to see, what was submitted, is it covered, and having them being able to sort of have like a preloaded claim for them in front of them where they still have to go discover all that information themselves. And so that's where we see really the biggest impact, and I think it meets the user expectation, which is the hardest thing to do some days. mean, Cover's getting it right, but I think one of the great things about what is about insurance is everything's is in very defined legal documents. You have your terms and conditions, you have what's included and what's excluded, and what sort of those defined processes are. So what it really enables AI to support with is to really do that sort of human in the loop sort of program and process. And so for us, enabling that sort of the speed of a claim to be processed and handled is really sort of a key driver for a great experience for user. And so for us, when it comes to sort of the buzzwords in the market, one, it's going to take a little bit more time for these regulated entities, because it is a financial service, to get around and get comfortable with the agentic style process, where I'm saying we're going to get there at some point in time. Where we are right now, it's more about enabling the humans to make more intelligent decisions faster than sort of replacing the human in the process. That's where we're seeing the most evolution at the moment. Obviously, I think things will rapidly change, but in a regulated space, it's always going to move a bit slower for appropriate reasons. And so that's where we see claims as really the thing that's making a differentiation with where AI is being deployed. If we talk about the traditional insurer, nowhere close. They're very conservative, and there's a lot of things that sit in and around that. Also, I think it's going to take time for the AI to really get into that agentic space. But again, some days I look at that and go, what does that mean to take time? I think those timelines are severely compressed compared to before, but I still think insurance there's still enough gray area there that you're gonna be seeing so more experts in the space on the claims front, and maybe some of the simpler claims or evidence-based claims will move in more into that agentic space. I don't want to be put on the record to say when's that going to take place and when it's not, because who knows how fast these pieces will come together. We're looking to be the sort of the category leader in Europe when it comes to embedded insurance, and for us it's diving into our several verticals of supporting our channels, so our partners in the brokers and then the insurer space, and then really doubling down into the FinServ and supporting motor to allow everyone to embed insurance and give them and delight them in that claim experience.